Times. What a great track there. Here on the Brightside, good morning to you. And we welcome into our studio. Woo! Welcome back, Clara.
It's good to be back.
Our Straits Times travel correspondent, soon to be travel editor. Congratulations on your promotion, Clara. Oh my gosh. We're talking with the bigwigs now. You know, we're hanging with the bigwigs.
But you know what? Is it okay that we share this really big news?
Well, we kind of already did.
Yeah.
Well, it won't be a secret for very long, will it? Clara is in to share with us secrets to a sweet deal this morning. All about hotels and stuff. Awesome.
That's right. You recently put out a great article about this whole navigating, trying to find, booking a hotel room at the best deals. I love that you wrote that booking a hotel room is kind of like watching the stock market. It is, right?
Because prices go up and down, but generally the trend is just up, up, up.
The closer you get to your stay, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it does get intense. How bad is it now for us mere mortals?
Well, you see, travel is so expensive nowadays, right? Like flight prices are going up, hotel prices everywhere, and it's got to do with inflation and also manpower issues. So if you take Singapore for example, which everyone's familiar with, maybe during the pandemic, especially where everyone was doing staycations, you could get a room for maybe a nice hotel, $300 to $400, and you have a nice stay. And because that's everyone's previous reference point, these rooms where people used to stay in now, you could stay in a nice place and it could go for maybe like $500 to $700. You stay at like Marriott at South Beach, JW Marriott, or one of the nicer Sentosa hotels like the Barracks Hotel. It is still a very nice place to stay, but the prices are just through the roof. So that's Singapore, and if you look at places like Hong Kong or Japan, especially Tokyo, it's really expensive now.
I'm going to Tokyo at the end of November.
That 5-star experience is actually getting further. It's not as easily within reach as it used to be. And you're exactly right when you said we're all kind of spoiled by the prices we experienced during COVID.
True.
We're thinking it's still kind of the same-ish, but no, for that same amount now you're down to like a 3-star hotel or maybe even an Airbnb or hostel.
Yes, kind of.
It's a bit of an ouch.
It's super ouch.
Yeah.
It's like someone punched you in the face. Ouch.
Yeah.
And then you recently spoke to industry players about strategies like dynamic pricing, also the best available rates. Can you explain these strategies to us?
So basically I was trying to find out how mere mortals like us can still get a decent deal, if we're still traveling, we still want to stay somewhere nice. So basically even though you might see different prices on these different booking platforms like Expedia, Booking.com and so on, the prices are actually determined by hotels. And the prices are constantly changing. So this strategy called dynamic pricing is basically hotels trying to optimize their revenue. So they're always tweaking the prices based on a variety of factors. Things like time of year, whether it's peak season, weekdays, weekends, what their competitors are doing. So to understand their perspective gives you an idea of why the hotel prices keep changing.
But understanding the hotel pricing, does it help me take advantage?
Yes, so that's where tiered pricing comes in. So tiered pricing is a subset of dynamic pricing, and it's basically how it works is, say if a hotel has 100 rooms, the first 30 of its rooms might be priced at a certain number. And then once that's filled, then the price goes up until maybe half its rooms are filled. And then when that's filled, it goes up, and at 70% it goes up again. That's why closer you get to your stay or your booking date, the prices are always at its highest. And it's because the demand is the highest. The hotel knows it's only got a few rooms left. People really want it if they need to stay, and that's why they can jack up the prices at that point.
Ouch.
So do not procrastinate.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Get to it fast. And what about best available rates? What's that?
So, it's very competitive in this landscape, right? Because you have all these OTAs, these booking platforms, and they also earn a commission, so they want to get people to book through them. But hotels also want people to book through them because book directly, because if people book through the platforms, the hotel has to pay the platforms a commission anywhere between 20 and 30%.
Wow.
So what hotels then want to do is take this 20 and 30%, maybe they keep half and they share half with the customer. So giving people the best available rate is trying to incentivize them to book directly with the hotels. And sometimes you get this by signing up with their membership programs. Or, hotels might throw in certain perks to sweeten the deal, like an early check-in, like a late check-out, and basically make you want to come to them directly because there's some kind of loyalty and some kind of relationship they engender through that.
I've actually experienced that. I've noticed I think in Bali I was trying to get like a nice sweet deal myself, and I went directly to the hotel website where they were offering you buy 3 nights, you get 2 nights free, and I was like, that's a really good deal that I couldn't find on the apps.
Yes, exactly. So people don't always know this because it takes a bit of effort, right, to shop around and go to the websites.
Yeah.
But hotels do offer these sort of like membership deals, sweet deals, and sometimes if you sign up with them, you might find out about promotions that happen closer to date.
Yeah.
We are going to find out about the best strategy for us to go about getting this sweet deal. We're going to hop onto Facebook Live and also chat with Clara about what she's been up to and that big announcement. Join us then, facebook.com/1FM913. Hey everybody, welcome back to the studio. We're here with Clara Lock, our ST travel correspondent, and she's here to teach us how we can go about getting the hotel room of our dreams at the price of our dreams.
At the price of our dreams. Is that still within reach? Is that
I don't
still
know.
possible?
Is it? I'm really scared now when I hear just how much it goes up, and it's just an upward trend, right, from what you've observed?
Well, generally it's an upward trend, but there's some things we can do to kind of arrest that trend.
Okay.
So sometimes when you book on platforms like Skyscanner, for example, they might have a filter to say, look for rooms that are refundable only. So if you book way ahead in advance and you look for a refundable room, you lock in that price.
Yeah.
And then closer to date, if you find one of these stay 3 pay 2 deals or another great deal, then you cancel that and you get your money back. And then you can go with whatever is the best price at that time.
So that's one strategy there.
That's what I do. I book early. I try and
How
book
early?
as early as possible.
How early are we talking
Months
about?
ahead sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes months ahead. So we've got folks from Booking.com, for example, who says 2 to 3 months is a good gauge.
Okay.
And that's kind of when you're planning your vacation, right? Like you lock in your flights first, and then a couple of months out, you're like, oh, okay, it's time to start planning the itinerary, the hotels, and then you go into all this.
Or are the hotels also watching us? These people will start booking 2 to 3 times, 2 to 3 months before their trip. This is when we jack up the price.
Of course, I think they can tell most travel happens during the peak periods, like the holiday periods, like in summer and all that. So it's like they know what to expect from people already. The best is when you can go off peak, in the lull periods when nobody really wants to travel. Because I did that price comparison. It's like a 30% difference almost, if not more, I think sometimes.
Yes, exactly.
Especially in Europe. It's crazy.
Yes, like you go in October or you go in March and it's not as crowded.
Yeah.
But something interesting to know about off-peak is that if you stay in a business hotel, their weekends are actually cheaper than their weekdays.
Oh,
but that wouldn't be the case in like a more leisure kind of setup. So that's an interesting thing to watch as well.
Yeah, weekends because I think they want people to stay longer, right?
Because everyone comes for business conferences on weekdays. So that's why their weekdays are their premium periods and then weekends will be cheaper.
Okay.
What is business hotel?
So maybe stuff that caters
Best
towards
Western.
the MICE tourism, for events, for corporates, that sort of thing.
Okay. Like you go there just strictly for business.
Some people
Conferences?
do.
Yeah. Some hotels just have
Joking, yes.
nice conference rooms and all that kind of thing.
You mentioned a little bit about this just now on air. This whole hotels get you to book directly with them using this giving you benefits that the online travel agencies won't have, and also memberships. Can you tell us about these hotel loyalty plans and all that? How will that factor in this whole idea of getting a sweet deal?
So basically, hotels want to create some kind of relationship with their customers and show them that if you come directly to us, you get something better out of it.
Yeah.
It might be the best price, and sometimes I've done price comparisons where you sign up with a membership,
Yeah.
and it might be $20 or $30 cheaper than if you booked it with the best price you find on one of these online travel agencies. So there's the price aspect, but I think it's also about what they can throw in to sweeten the deal for you.
So would you suggest, based on everything that you found out speaking with the industry players, does it pay to be loyal? Be it to, the online travel agency like, your booking.com or even the hotels. What's your take on that?
Well, nobody wants to hear this, but I would say it pays to do your homework. You have to shop around and do a bit of a comparison.
Okay.
So in some cases, maybe you find a great deal on the booking platforms, and you pair that with the kind of shopback, cashback kind of deals, and you use your credit card, and all that takes work, right? You go convert your credit card dollars into miles, and you redeem them, and you track them when they expire. But that might be what works for you.
Depends on how desperate you are for a good deal.
And how much work you're prepared to put in for, those $20, $30 cost savings.
Yeah, because it's time, right? In the research, it takes time.
For sure.
Away from you doing or watching your favorite Netflix show and all that kind of thing. I have actually realized that on the app, sometimes you get your VIP upgrades.
Yes.
And then you get an upgraded room, or you get a free breakfast. And then sometimes on the hotel websites or the hotel app, they give you money, dollars, spending dollars.
Right.
When you stay with them, you have an extra $50 credit to spend for your meals, that kind of thing.
So I'm getting a sense that being somewhat loyal helps.
To something.
Yes.
To something.
Have loyalties everywhere, basically.
It is true.
All the apps and all the hotels.
There are no friends, only allies.
I love that. Okay, so I'm picking up a lot of really good tips here, and I think it also impacts taking this whole idea of with the hotels. I feel like it kind of translates to even getting tickets to attractions, right? In some ways, right? It's the whole idea of shop around, do your homework, do it early if possible.
Yeah.
We're gonna jump on back in just a bit, and you have to break it down for us, the best strategy for us travelers so that we can get that dream hotel room. Ooh, have you stayed in your dream hotel room yet?
My dream hotel room.
We will ask you that on air. Okay. Everyone, come and join us on air at 1FM 91.3. Good times, greatest hits. We'll see you there.
So no one can hear me now?
They can't now. It's okay. That was Billy Ocean with Get Out of My Dreams and Get Into My Car. Ayo, I don't know if that's better. If you said get out of my dreams and get into this beautiful hotel room.
Oh, woo.
Then maybe the woman would be like, okay.
What kind of proposition is that?
I don't know.
Is it a sweet? Is it a sweet deal? Maybe. We're chatting with Clara Lock, our Straits Times travel correspondent. It's been so long that you've been here, so
it's been
that's
a while.
why we're getting you reacquainted to the studio, Clara.
Actually, I wanted to ask. The previous time when you were here, you talked about Morocco, and then it's quite tragic about what happened recently in Morocco. Did that impact you in any way?
I think it made me realize, or it made me think about the impact of going to visit places right after a disaster has happened.
Sure.
So I actually have friends who have trips planned to Morocco, and they ask me is it safe? Should I still go? So I went to read up a bit about this.
Yeah.
And I realized that, it depends a lot on the country and the cultural sensitivities there. But for Morocco, a lot of people were coming out and saying because their economy is so dependent on tourism, the earthquake affected some of the remote mountainous areas. Actually, a lot of parts of the city are still fine, and people really do need the tourists to come back because, when something bad happens, people always feel we gotta stay away for a year or two, but the economy will collapse in a year or two. So it's actually, I think, an all right time to go. I literally have friends there now in the Sahara Desert glamping
having
at the
a great
moment,
time,
and it looks beautiful. And I'm sure it means so much to the communities there.
And they're not impacted. I mean, the disaster has happened, but the tourists can still enjoy a trip to Morocco. That's what you're saying.
I think you can. I mean, of course, check what's the latest news and the updates. But I think the community has been impacted, but they're also trying to rebuild, and you can be a part of that rebuilding process.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thanks for sharing on that. Okay, back to the sweet deal. You got to break it down for us. What's the best strategy for us travelers when it comes to booking that dream room at a great price?
So you want to start early, come and do your homework maybe about 2 to 3 months in advance. Look at maybe you want to have some loyalties, some membership programs, and ask the hotels as well. Like if you find something great outside, you can always write to them and be like, hey, I found this price on a booking platform. Can you match this price?
Oh, you can do that.
You can do that.
Wow.
And there are actual people replying to these emails who might give you a sweet deal.
Oh,
Or maybe
nice.
even better, because they'd be like, for doing your homework, ding.
Here's a gold star.
Yeah.
I've never thought of doing that before. Thanks for that tip. I thought you could only do that at the electronic stores. All the big, hey, I got it at this store for X number, and then now can you match it? And they're like, yeah, okay.
Well, it's the email online discount or online version of asking for a discount.
I love it. I love it.
Good point there. Clara said something really, really cute on our Facebook Live, because I asked about, like, does it pay to be loyal, right? To the hotel or to like the online travel agencies. And what did you say?
I said there are no friends, only allies.
So be loyal to many.
Yes.
All the booking apps, all the hotel websites. And I like going to TripAdvisor as well to read up on reviews because sometimes all the pictures, there's a bit of catfishing going on with the hotel sometimes. They put all the nice pictures of the hotel rooms, right? Like your suites and all that. And you're paying a premium sometimes for the bigger rooms. So I always like to double check with TripAdvisor to see whether or not, yes, these are authenticated by real travelers.
For sure, travelers' photos, and I always read reviews.
Yeah.
Anything else that we should know in when we're booking a hotel for our next trip?
Well, it sounds like it's a lot of homework and a lot of like doing your own research, right? But so you can use some of these search engines that are called meta searches. So Skyscanner, for example, actually collects all the results of all the different platforms like your TripAdvisor, Trip.com, Booking.com, Expedia, and so on. So you search once, and then they will find you the best price out of all these platforms, and then you book through them. So that's one tip. And another tip that I didn't know until I did this story was that sometimes you book a non-refundable price, right? Because you're like, okay, it's cheaper, I'm just going to go with it. But then last minute your plans change. Maybe something gets cancelled or somebody falls ill or something. And people always feel like, okay, oh no, I'm going to lose this couple $100. But what you can actually do is write to the hotel, explain your situation, and just ask out of goodwill if they will be able to do anything for you. Maybe shift your dates or offer you a refund or a partial refund. Because one hotelier told me, you can always be hard and fast and take the person's money, but they're going to be unhappy and you will lose a customer. Versus you can convert that into a relationship and that person might enjoy,
it'll be like a lifelong
service.
customer.
Exactly, they'll be loyal to you because the hotel helped you out when you were in a time of need.
Oh, but that's interesting because it's even though you book this online, maybe not directly with the hotel, but you should approach the hotel.
You can,
right?
I mean, they'll help you. It's their hotel.
That's a very, very good tip there.
Plus, the non-refundable prices are usually much lower than the refundable ones, right?
Sometimes it's like $50, $80 difference.
Yeah, the flexi is different. Actually, sometimes like you say, I think it's good. It's a good tip to do your homework because there have been times when I'm booking a hotel on the booking app, right?
Yes.
And sometimes the non-refundable and refundable prices are the same.
What?
Yeah, by some kind of weird fluke.
Yes.
Yeah, it really depends on your luck. So you
Okay.
just do your research. Just go and click every day, while watching your favorite TV show on Netflix. Just check. It's harmless.
That's hilarious. Well, Clara, thank you so much for popping down here and sharing with us about this. This is really key, with the end of the year, school holidays coming. Like you said, everyone has started their planning right now. This is very useful information. Now, Clara, you're going to be away for quite a bit because you're starting in a fellowship soon, right?
Yes. Also, I'll be going to the UK. I'll be based in Oxford. And it will be a journalism fellowship.
It's like Lord of the Rings.
What?
Or like Harry Potter.
Oh, right. Nice. Yeah, I prefer that. That's
I think
It's a lot
Harry
better.
Potter is, she's not going to let's hike around all these mountains. And
That would be New Zealand.
Yes. I'm sure it's gorgeous. I'm sure.
Oh my God, you're going to Oxford, darling. Are you coming back with an accent?
Hello.
Hooray.
It's a Shishi accent.
Lovely.
Yes.
Congratulations.
So you'll be away until next year.
I'll be away for about 3 months. So I'll be back in January next year.
Oh goodness, we will miss you. But congratulations on this fellowship. I'm sure it's going to be an incredible experience. All the best.
Can we come?
Thanks.
Can you pack us in?
Oh,
I think I meet you there. I meet you in your hotel room there.
We won't make a noise, promise.
Take care, Clara.
thanks.
Good times. Greatest hits. 1FM.